Let me see. Alright, it's live. Alright. What's up,
All
man?
right, bet.
Yeah, Fluffy's in the restroom. Alright. Wait, hold on. I'm on live right now. Yeah, we can play Among Us after Walmart. Oh, after homework? Yeah, bet. I don't. Let me see. Hey, check your phone to see if you can hear me in Blade on YouTube. We streaming on YouTube.
Is that your brother?
That's my girl. She's like deep, like
Nice.
she's outside the room talking though.
Nice.
Let me
That's what's
see.
up.
Let me see if she can hear us and stuff. I'm gonna do like the little audio test and whatnot.
Should be good.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, we're good.
Alright, I'm gonna send a link out and stuff to people.
Yeah, we straight. Yeah, we could. I could go through these pretty quick too, like the topics.
Yeah, I'll try. Like the second and the third topic was like somebody else had recommended those topics. So I was like, I ain't gonna lie. The second one seems like it'll be hard as fuck. But I'll probably have like a gist of the games and stuff that we
The
could talk about.
the second one is just very vague. Like
Yeah,
it's just we'll talk about it in a sec. The third one, does that mean new games or like new? Like I don't know what that's
oh, yeah,
saying.
like games that are coming out.
Oh, okay. I said news games. I'm like, wait, what?
Oh shit! Nah,
Like
I
a
added the
like a
SOS.
news simulator? Like shit, we're about to be the people who brainwash the entire world. It's like shit.
Hey, what's up, Lulu?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Not much,
What
not
up?
much. Hey, Lulu, you see the games I added in the children chat? I put like a pretty much like a general topic of it.
Oh yeah, I did.
That let me see. I'm probably gonna have like what you call on my phone. Okay, I'm gonna have the comments up right here. I shit. I we all could be heard pretty good, so shit. We might as well
What's
jump
up?
into it.
Yeah, we should be
Let's
good.
get it fast.
What up? What up?
Hello.
Hello.
All right, shit. Let's jump right into it. I think this is like the
Bad.
easiest because like I've been wanting to use this website, but I haven't used it in like I use it on other people's platforms, but I never use it on my platform. But it's like it's so easy because you can join on your phone or anything, and you don't have to worry about people not sharing their voices and stuff.
It just needs an app
Yeah, if they had an app, it would be like way easier.
for sure.
Alright. Yeah, let's just jump into it. What's good, stream? We got my boy Blade, my girl Luna, my boy Fast. You feel
What's
me?
going on?
So one of the topics of the day, a lot
What's
of people
good?
been asking in the last stream, the last podcast was about video games. Everybody wanted to hear about video games because most of the video game channel. So the first topic we got today for y'all is VR games. I'm gonna let Blade start it off. Blade, what you think about them VR games that's coming out right now?
So I think VR is like heading in a very good direction right now. At first, like when it's started releasing on like consoles and stuff, I was a little skeptical of it, but that was only because it was new. But I think it's heading in a good direction because I don't know if you guys have seen Resident Evil 4 on VR, but that shit looks amazing. Like that shit, like it's not just like you can look around and you can like move your hands in a certain way or whatever. It's about like you can reload in different ways. Like it just looks really good, man. Like if you watch gameplay of it or get a chance to play it, you'll know it's freaking great. So the metaverse is coming out, so I think VR is starting to become more of a bigger thing now. So I don't know as far as what's coming out here in the future, but I think it has a good future now.
I ain't gonna lie, with the VR games, the I seen like people like the inside of it. I seen like the inside of it, like not personally, but I seen like people like Snapchat me like the inside of it. It
Yeah.
looks so freaking amazing, bro. But the only thing I'll be scared of is some like if somebody was to come out with like some real life Sword Art Online type shit. That shit would
Oh
be crucial.
yeah. Dude, that would be insane. Freaking I don't know if someone will do something like that extreme, but like freaking man, it probably will happen in a few
Shit.
years from now.
That shit would be lit but scary at the same time. Hey, Luna
Yeah.
Fast, what y'all think about it?
I think
Um,
the VR is pretty cool.
Me personally, I haven't really had experience with VR like that. Like the times that I have had experience with VR, like it kind of made me like sick and stuff like that because of the whole like
What?
I guess movement and stuff. Like I can kind of get motion sick when it comes to certain things like that. So I
Yeah.
personally don't have like a crap ton of experience with VR and but from what I see, I did see like the whole Resident Evil 4 thing and was seeing that it did or was getting a thing for VR, and I was like really like I was hype about it, even though I personally won't probably be able to play it, but seeing other people play it, it seems like it's gonna be really cool.
It's amazing. And like I actually
Yeah,
like I work in the store and bro, them things sell so quickly. Like there's like $300 for one, like for this most simplest one, and they
yeah.
sell fast as fuck. Like somebody tried stealing like 10 of them things one time. I don't know why they thought they could get away with it, but it was funny as fuck.
It's
But
starting to become more accessible now, and I think it's just getting to the point where you can really feel immersed in the game that you play in.
yeah. I also like that they added like the little safe zone features to it because at first, like when they first came out,
Oh yeah.
I forgot the first one they came out with, but the first one they came out with, people was just like falling down, breaking shit, and at that time it was just
Uh,
like, yeah, I'm not even gonna buy it because I'm gonna have to pay for the new TV or something.
uh,
But I think if they was to come out with it, I feel like a VR MMO would be fucking amazing. Either that or VR, like a VR shooting game. Those two would probably be like the top tier VR games if they was to come out with them.
I think VR shooting games are already starting to become more of a thing. VR MMO, like if you were to play World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy 14 in VR, that'd be pretty cool.
Oh shoot, people
I
would
actually
not
play
leave
Final
off of it.
Fantasy 14, but I've never even heard of it being on VR.
Right. If it did come to VR, I don't know. I don't know how that would be because
It's this
I haven't played it either. But
I
you
think it
know,
would be too hard on VR though because it's a lot of buttons, especially like the way the game is set up as an MMO. It's like your standard MMO, which means it has like a lot of button pressing, has a lot of like positionals, a lot of things like that. So I think it will be really interesting to see if they could turn it into a VR game, but I think it would probably take a long time before they even do things like that. Because
yeah,
on
that's
console, it's
true.
not even the best. They struggle with it on the controller. So putting on VR would be way harder, I feel.
That's
Yeah.
true because on MMOs you have to like there's a lot of buttons like you
The
said.
combos are
There's a lot.
unlimited.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And shoot, especially with VR, because if you fuck up with like one of the moves, I wonder like how would it do like would you have to do like certain hand movements eh, or you have to say certain commands? Yeah, I don't know. Like, have y'all seen like Star Art online Alicization War or both free?
I haven't watched Alicization. Um, to be honest, I think you would have to do like hand movements, maybe. I don't know. That's what I kind of think because if you have like all the buttons you have to press on the screen, it can get like overwhelming.
Yeah. Especially for like people who never played MMOs before, if they was to do a VR MMO, that shit would be hard. But I feel
Exactly.
like the VR shooting games would you like it would be like playing on the Wii kind of just with
Yeah,
the
it's
more of
easier
a
because
VR
it's
feel.
like point and click. Yeah. So
For
it's kind of
sure.
like, yeah. Versus like a game that has so much stuff on it and it just takes such a long time to even master. Like, even like with keybinds or a controller. And like just putting it on VR, like I said, is gonna be very stressful to even figure that out. Because I wouldn't even know where to start with that.
I feel
okay.
like a VR scary game will
Now
probably make
those
me
are a
put some
lot
ants.
simpler to mechanics wise, so I think that
Yeah.
they'll have a way easier time of doing it there too.
I'll probably lose my shit and I'll probably run out the house. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I'll probably like
That's,
run out the house with the shit. Like I'm upstairs, so like I'm probably falling down the stairs the whole time.
Oh Lord, Siah, look.
man. Yo, you
Honestly,
know
Dead by Daylight.
what about Dead by Daylight?
It's this one drifting game played on PC that I've been watching with the VR, and that thing looks so realistic, bro.
Wait, what is it?
It's called. You know how they got this set of chords on PlayStation, right?
I think she
Um,
lagged out.
yeah, I think
Teenage
she did
Dillinger.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a set of chords on PlayStation, but now on the PC, what people are doing is like they're hooking up their VRs to their computer, and like if they and they have like a racing wheel where you could just drift around with the VR and shit, and that thing looks so realistic, bro. I think the VR did a good job on that.
Oh yeah,
Shit.
I think I saw T Pain playing a racing game like not that long ago. It looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
Shit. So the next topic we got, and this was a requested topic. So one of the viewers, they got kids and they wanted to know what's the best games for kids. So the topic, games for teenagers and kids. I feel like the best games right now are Roblox, Fortnite, the VR thing on PlayStation. I think it's called VR Chat. I feel like those like the top three games for kids right now. What do y'all think? Like, what would be the best game you could suggest to like any parent for their teenagers or their kids?
I
Um,
would say any type of team building game. So, the game called It Takes Two is actually pretty good for kids and teenagers, and their parents can play with them if they so choose. Fortnite, of course, is always your standard, uh, shooter, but it's like friendly, like kid friendly shooter. So definitely that too. Um, and I let's see. I play a lot of games that's not so kid friendly, so it's hard
Yeah,
for me to like
right.
figure out which ones.
like I know
Any type of
y'all had
racing
the
games
same
too,
thing.
if they're into sports and racing.
I know y'all
I
have the
know.
same experience because when I was young, I wasn't worried about like Fortnite like games and stuff like that. I was on GTA in the strip club, so it's like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
yeah. I
like
mean, times have changed though since we grew up though. Like it's a lot
yeah,
of stuff that is a lot more censored now. A lot of more people are being more PC about things, and things are just not as they used to be. Put it that way.
yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot of like more like I feel like I don't know if I were to suggest like a game for like kids or teens, it's like obviously Roblox and Fortnite. Something I could recommend is Minecraft.
oh yeah, Minecraft
Yeah,
definitely.
Minecraft is still very active in the video game community. And I feel like if you were to get a Nintendo Switch, like Pokemon would be probably a good suggestion.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Any
I
Um,
Mario games too.
yeah, yeah,
They actually
Mario would
got
be
a
good
new
Legend of
game
too.
Zelda
that's kind of
games are
like
pretty
it.
good for kids. Then you have
Yep.
oh, Siah, you remember Wizard 101? We
Oh
used to
yeah,
play when
oh
we were
my
kids.
god, I
It's
love that
still
shit.
going to this
Oh,
day. Yeah.
y'all, you know
So,
what's another good one? Super
yeah.
Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
I could play that shit
Mhm.
nonstop. I could fuck with that nonstop.
Yeah,
Uh,
man. So,
my girl was actually talking about getting Super Smash Bros for the Nintendo Switch,
yo, you
and
should.
yo, I
Okay,
told
we
her,
definitely all got to friend each other because oh wait, Mario Kart too. Mario Kart,
Yeah, Mario Kart
you'll
is
lose
also
friends over
good.
that though. So,
hey,
Or the
I
Sonic
take that
Sega
shit very
Racing.
seriously. I take
is that
those
even for
games
Switch now
seriously.
though?
Uh,
I don't
it
know. I
might
would
be.
have to
Let me see.
check. It
Oh,
Hey,
might
babe,
okay.
come
be.
see. It might be because, like, I told my girl, I was like, if I hear one person talk about it and without me bringing it up first, I'll get it. So Blade brought it up without me even talking about it, so I have no choice but to get it now. But
I was like, because some kid actually mentioned it to me like a little while ago, and he asked me like, "What do you think is better, like Sonic Sega Racing or Mario Kart?" And I
Oh,
liked
that's
Mario
tough.
Kart. Yeah, so
Mario Kart.
I would say Mario Kart. I played that more, but it's just for that simple reason I would say that. So I don't know which one is actually better, but yeah,
Speaking of
So
that,
I played Sega All Stars Racing. Like I played that game, and that was actually really really fun.
yeah,
Growing up as a kid, and it was just something that me and my family did like to play with each other. Each other. Then we had like Mario Kart, of course. Like sometimes me and my sister do break out our like my Switch and we play Mario Kart together. Or my brother still to this day, my brother, yeah, my younger brother whoops me in Mario Kart every single time, and I don't know how he does it, but he does. He's literally the only person I cannot beat in Mario Kart, and it's like it irks me. But hey, it's kids. They know how more stuff than you do sometimes.
For sure,
But
for sure.
yeah. So definitely, I would say Mario Kart isn't something I grew up with, but it's really really fun. And let's not forget Mario Party. Mario
Oh
Party is
yeah,
good.
Mario Party. Mario
Mario Party
Party's
is pretty
good.
lit.
Yeah, and it's fun for the whole family. So everybody can take turns and play and have fun and stuff, even if you don't consider yourself a gamer in like by any means of the word.
Yeah, Mario Party is really good. Also something else I can suggest is if you have a PS4, there's some like older PS2 classics on there that are like good for like
Oh my
teens and
God,
kids. Like,
Spyro.
yeah,
I
there's
miss
oh
playing
yeah,
Spyro.
Spyro, there's Crash, and there's Jack and Daxter. They have Ape Escape
That's
2
stuff
on
when my
there.
parents were growing up.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, that's like those are also some good suggestions.
Right.
Shit, there's actually a game that's kind of like Pokemon, but it's called Tim Tim. I don't know if y'all heard of Tim Tim. It's actually for console because Pokemon
Tim
never really
Tim?
dropped the yeah, it's Tim Tim. So Pokemon never dropped on console. There was only like Nintendo only and stuff like that. So like Tim Tim by them doing like Nintendo Plus consoles and stuff, I feel like they started making like a little name for themselves, and it's kind of fun. Like I ain't get too much into it yet, but I played enough of it to where it's kind of like it's like exactly like Pokemon, just with like their other because you got to use a Pokeball to catch it, but I think it's like a Tim Tim ball or something. But it's really fun. But Pokemon still got to beat. But since Pokemon isn't on console for those who don't have PC or Nintendo consoles, Temtem is definitely like a great alternate. Um,
Didn't what Pokemon just released their new game a couple days ago?
They
The
came out with
Arceus thing.
I think that's about to come out soon, but they just released a remake for Diamond and Pearl.
Oh, okay. I thought okay, because like I know one of my friends on BDO, he was talking about pre-ordering the game, and I was like, I was looking at it, and I was like, yo, I think it's like Pokemon Legends of Arceus or something like that. But that it looks so good. You can actually ride on your Pokemon and stuff, like like
Yeah,
Ash could do in in Pokemon and stuff. When I was coming up as a kid, that's some pretty nostalgic stuff right there.
yeah. The new Pokemon looks awesome now.
It
So
does.
hell yeah, I like it.
I was just get Sword and Shield, but bro, it's still $60 for each game. So
Because
if I
it's
was to
still
Oh,
buy
so
oh
it,
good
yeah,
though. It's still
I'll
so
spend
good.
like
I got
120.
Shield, Pokemon Shield.
Josiah. Let me tell you something. You will almost never see a Nintendo game go down in price.
Yeah,
It is
no,
true.
never. Unless it's on the eShop. That's the only time I've actually seen them
Exactly.
have sales is on the eShop.
Yep. It's the only time.
That
Not in
is
any
true.
store, not even GameStop, and that's crazy because GameStop is not as good as it used to be. But like it's just even in places like that or Walmart, definitely Walmart, you never see anybody like decrease the thing on that at all.
Nope. Like Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda, that's still like $60, I think.
I feel
Really?
like
I
because it's
think,
so
I
much of a
think,
classic
That came
that
out in
they'll never go down.
2017, didn't it?
yeah, yeah, somewhere around there. I think
Because I
it's
think I
still 60
graduated that year.
bucks.
Yeah, I think I graduated that year of high school, and
Let
and
me
I was
check
like,
real
"Yo, I'm
quick.
so excited to play this, Legend of Zelda game." Because it was a while. Because the last game I played from Legend of Zelda was Ocarina of Time. I think that was the last one I've actually physically picked up and played.
I never played that one, but I seen gameplay and that shit. I'll fuck
What,
with it.
dude? That's one of the best
It's
ones.
dope, man.
Ocarina of Time, and to me, Wind Waker is also one of the best ones in my opinion.
I love Majora's Mask and Twilight Princess and Wind
Never
Waker.
played Majora's Mask, but Twilight Princess is really
What?
good.
What? You should play Majora's Mask. That shit is
I know
amazing.
people keep saying it's really good, but I just don't know. Like, I don't even know what I could play it on at this point. Like, is it like a DS game or is it something else?
So you can play Majora. By the way, I was wrong. You can get. Oh wait, no, never mind. Never mind. I saw the expansion pass for Breath of the Wild, but so for if you want to play Majora's Mask, your best bet is to either emulate it on your computer. They might have it on the eShop, or you can get it on the 3DS.
I do still have a 3DS, so I could probably just get it, on 3DS.
There you go. Also, I found Breath of the Wild for $40. So
What? Crazy.
yeah, so yeah.
I'm gonna have to
Finally
look into it.
they dropped it after God knows how long.
Dude, it's been like over 4 years. If they didn't drop it by now, then that's an issue. But I mean, I can understand also that the thing behind it is there's hardly a Legend of Zelda game coming out anytime soon. It was supposed to be the second one that came out. What it was supposed to come out either this year or next year, something like that.
I
So
don't
we're
even
still
know.
waiting on the second one for Breath of the Wilds.
Yeah,
True.
that's gonna take a while to come out.
Oh, but have you guys heard? You know, Bayonetta 3 is coming out this year. It's
Ooh,
Yeah, I
coming. It's
heard
gonna be
about
kind of
it.
saucy. Like I'm ready for it. My
So
homegirl is
so we all
back,
playing it?
back in
We all
action.
playing it?
so speaking of Bayonetta 3, that might be a good time to go into the next topic.
Yes.
Okay.
New games. So are new games getting better than older games, or are older games still better than the new games? Uh,
Oh yeah, that's
Ooh,
a hard. Okay.
that's a good topic.
that is
Mind
a
if I start off
hard.
with this one, guys?
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
start it
go
Okay.
off.
ahead.
So I think it depends on the person. If you're into like the newer stuff because you're more of I want to experience the newer technology, what comes with newer technology, then I want to see the newer games and things like that, which is really great. A lot of people love to see continuations of their favorite franchises and see if they get better, have, more things in them and all that. But there's just something about the nostalgic titles that we all used to play as a kid or growing up sometime in our life, or just cracking it open for the first time and having people say, "Hey, you should have played this when you were a kid." Stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like it's just two different
Yeah,
people, mindset wise when you look at things like that, and it makes you like wonder of, well, shoot, is back then's titles just as good as now, despite not having the best graphics or. I just think it's your relationship to video games in general. I think that's where you come from when you ask that question.
I think that's exactly right. Because, like, a person like myself, some of my favorite games of all time are on older consoles like the PS2, Nintendo 64, etc., right? But
yeah,
I also think that new games also have potential to be just as good, if not better, maybe. Because I'll give you an example. Like, one of my favorite games of all time is it's actually The Witcher 3 Breath of the Wild, and that was like on, I guess you can consider it this current generation. I
yeah,
love that game. I think it's one of the most phenomenal games ever made in this past decade. But yeah, I mean, I feel like it also just depends on the person, what generation they were growing up with. And yeah, like a person myself, I think that games are starting to get a little bit more like treated like a business, because I've seen more
yeah.
indie games put more effort and passion into
Mm-hmm.
That's
themselves
true.
than like a
Yeah, then
brand new
AAA.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Cause like
um,
I feel like a lot of companies, except for like indie game companies, I feel like a lot of major brand companies, they're not really putting that effort in. So like I agree with both y'all when y'all say like it really depends on like the time that you came from and like the decade, because it's well, would y'all consider Fortnite like Fortnite been out for a while, so like I'll probably consider that an older game. You don't really see any new battle royale coming out like Fortnite and PUBG. Like
Yeah, I
those
think it's
two
because
got it a
Fortnite
lot.
has kind of dominated that category of games. So it's really hard to come out with a game that basically cuts their, game off from their consumers and turns the attention towards them, if that makes sense. So,
Yeah,
it's just like supply and demand, right? You have this whole supply chain of people who want new games and things like that. But at the same time, the people who provide the new games are always going to struggle with, are people going to like my game more than what they already play at this point?
yeah. Because I feel
And
like
a lot of times it's not really, it's hard to bring a new game out whenever people already kind of give it a negative opinion because they're so used to something already.
because like Call of Duty, I feel like Call of Duty went down the drain. Like Black Ops 2 and Modern Warfare, by far best Call of Duties ever. Like when they
for
came out with
sure.
the EXO card, that wasn't really it. They came out with They came back out with like the Modern Warfare remaster and Modern Warfare, dope. They came out with Cold War, dope. Dropped Vanguard. It's like they took a shit on their franchise with that. Battlefield. I haven't really played Battlefield outside of the beta, and the only reason is because when I played the beta, I played on Xbox, I played on PS5, and I played on PS4. The only thing I didn't like, it wasn't crossplay during the beta. On PS4, graphics horrible. It was like somebody turned the brightness and gamma all the way up, constantly under the map. On PS5, it was just like the guns was like ping pongs and a lot of shit like that. But like when it comes to like story mode lines, you have a few games, mostly by like the indies, who are like the storylines are real good. But way back then, you could tell like these major companies was actually putting the time and effort to deliver a great story mode. Cause like a story mode
for
today, you
sure.
finish that in a day easily, lazily doing it. But back then, you doing the story mode on an older game, you really had to put in like that time and effort to finish that, and
Yeah.
that would
And
take a
games
while.
were a
Yeah.
lot harder back then too, and now it seems just so
Oh
easy
yeah,
mode.
for sure.
Because like I think they do it based on convenience too. Because a lot of people complain about, oh, I don't have enough time because I have to
Yeah.
work. I don't have enough time to sit down and play this game for like 20 plus hours. And try to get through the storyline. I just want to see the end of what the game is. And I think a lot of people like to rush stuff nowadays because of lack of convenience, because they're so busy. Everybody's schedules are always different. Things go on with that. But my thing that I don't like about new games is the fact that companies don't release a full game anymore.
Yes,
Yes, that is
They
so
always want you to
true.
buy DLC or all this other stuff, especially what company was
Yes.
that? I think it was EA that was really bad about that, and they got sued
Yep.
about that at one point. When they kept on bringing games out and they would only half do the game, and then you have to pay for like 5 expansions just to play the whole game. And I think
Yeah.
that's a big problem too, because games used to be complete. Like when we paid for DLC back then, it was just some extra content that they weren't even gonna put into the game. They were just like revamping it and saying, okay, well, I think since we've redone this, we can put this back into the game to make it more expansive than what it already is. But
I
now it's
like
just
that
like,
you said
oh, we're
that
just gonna release
Yeah.
this,
because that
and
really
you gotta
is the
pay for
next
everything
topic.
else.
Also, how much content do you really get at the start?
Okay, so this is like this that like what you just said, Luna, was like perfect. Like that
It
was
was.
that was I was like just about I was about to say, because like the reason why I don't buy new games anymore at full price anymore. And the reason why for that is because now companies, they plan to add in like more DLC or microtransactions or whatever later into its like later into the game, like later into the year and whatnot, right? So what I do is I wait for an ultimate edition. So that way I can get the full experience from that. Like for example, I bought Hitman 2 recently. That was on sale, but I got like everything that's in the game. And I only paid
Mm-hmm.
like $40 for it. So um yeah, there's like a whole problem with like content being held back. Whether
Definitely
that's for
MMOs.
financial, whether it's like for financial reasons, or maybe it's like a greed issue. But I don't think you get as much content as you should with most games. Most
Yeah, because
games.
triple A's
Yeah.
were a base of 80-hour games, right? There's something like you can play over like a month or two and be like, oh shoot, I still ain't finished this game yet. Dang. And but it gave you that time to focus on the expansion of the characters, the storyline, the gameplay. It gave you a chance to experience every single thing about the game. But now since it comes out like half-handed or half done, now it seems like you just gotta pay to have what you already should have when you pay for it the
Yeah.
first time. If I'm paying $60 for a game that's only 30 hours, then I come out with like, and then you come out with like 5 expansions that are like 20 hours each. Then I'm just like, why couldn't you just put like half of that in there and just give me, just the
Yeah.
same thing?
Because
What's
I
up
feel
with that?
like, like even with DLCs that are free, it's like you pay for a game, and then it's like you don't even have a finished game. It's either you have to wait for the DLCs to buy them, or you got to wait for the next patch. So the game, like you might buy a game. I'm just throw a random game in there, Vanguard. So Vanguard, when it first came out, the beta was like I never played the beta, but I heard bad things about the beta. But one of my boys, he convinced me to get it, so I ended up getting it. Waste of money. I wish I would have called Sony for a refund, but I already got refunds before, so
You
they're
know they
not
don't
gonna
like
let
to
me.
refund nobody
Yeah,
though, man.
they're not gonna let
Yeah,
me refund
So
Sony is
before.
like
no.
it's super hard to refund freaking your money on a game.
So it was like
It's
I was
Um,
only
playing
Sony
Vanguard.
though, because like they're the only company that I know that does not really care about its customers like that. Now, what I mean by that, and just not to have anybody hating on me, because I'm not hating on Sony, because I have a PlayStation. I love PlayStation games. I was actually on PlayStation before I was on Xbox, but the difference that I see between both Sony and Xbox is that if you do something on, like, let's just say if you accidentally buy a game,
Yeah,
like, because I have younger siblings, right? So of course my younger sibling, my brother has bought a game by accident, and my dad had to call to get it refunded. But they literally try to give you every excuse in the book of why they don't want to give you a
they
refund for
do.
an accidental purchase, and say, oh, at the end of the day it's
for
your fault.
sure.
Versus Microsoft, when I like have an accidental purchase on Microsoft, they're like, oh, well, I'm so sorry about that, we'll give you a refund. Just remember next time to maybe put a code on this, so if you do have
Yeah,
children or something, they'll at least give you a more understanding way of, hey, I understand you done goofed, but you can't take these precautions so you won't have the same issue again.
I think I got into like a 30-minute argument with a representative from Sony. I
Yep.
had to mic up with him.
Hmm.
Yo, another thing is okay, so another thing is that with Xbox and Sony, I think both of them each have their flaws in like how they do their games.
Yeah.
With Sony,
Yeah, big time.
I feel like it's a little predictable with what type of game they're gonna come out with. Like, I'm not hating on PlayStation or anything. I love most of the new games that come out, but I mean, it's like kind of like the same formula. Like, it's a third person, it's a
Yeah,
shooter, it's like a over the head, that type of stuff. Like, you can already
Yeah.
tell like what type of like game it's already gonna be before you even play it. But with Xbox, with its lack of exclusives, though, I feel like they're starting to become more accessible. With gamers when it comes to games like the Game Pass, like if you pay
oh
$10
yeah,
for it
I
every
heard about the
month,
Game Pass.
you can get like the newest game. Um, versus like spending like $70, 60 or $70 every month,
I feel
Yeah,
like
or a
that's
just
a
to buy
game
the
you
plus.
newest
don't like.
game.
Yeah, like if
Yeah,
you've ever
exactly.
purchased a
Like,
game and you felt like it was gonna be really hype and everybody kept hyping it up and all that stuff like that, and you bought it and it turned out to be like really, really sucky, and you can't really refund that game or anything like that. Well, like, on Game Pass, you can just choose to delete it off your console and never touch that sucker again.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know,
You only
but for
wasted
only
like $10 versus
$15 a month.
60. Yeah,
yeah. I
exactly.
rather pay $10 for an unfinished game before I pay 60 to 70 for like a unfinished game. Because it's like they really take 100 patches just to actually have the game finished with 30% given to you. And then like you have to wait like MMOs, for example, Black Desert. Uh Blade, I know you played MMOs before. I don't know if Fast played them before. But like with Black Desert, they have a PC version out. PC has a lot of stuff. Console has like nothing at all. What's another type of game besides MMOs?
Yeah,
Shoot
first person shooters. You have
shooting
like
games.
just regular
You
storyline
have so
games.
many bugs,
Yeah.
and then you have to legit wait like 6 months.
RPGs have the same problem, like Bethesda games in
Yes.
particular.
Let's be honest, Skyrim, a game that will never die. I think I
Yes,
would die
yes,
before
I love
Skyrim
Skyrim.
dies.
I play that shit like almost every day.
I
Like,
feel like
honestly,
ESO
because
definitely on their game.
people keep coming out with mods for it. You never get
Yeah,
old
I
or
got so
bored of
much
it.
mods. Like, if you look at my folder, like my folder's like at 200 gigabytes worth of them.
Damn.
Like 5M, GTA 5M. GTA 5M has done more than all of Rockstar in just so little amount of time. Like 5M is better than GTA itself. Like, but the next topic, um, we're gonna skip that fifth topic about MM. Well, yeah, we'll talk about it, but we'll push that behind the we'll put that to six, and we'll talk about the sixth one first.
I was gonna say because the fifth one, I honestly can't talk too much about it. Like
Yeah.
I have like a simple answer to it. So
Are free to play games better than paid games?
Yes
so
and no.
so
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
it really depends on who you are. I feel like so yeah, it's like yes and no. Some free to play games are great and they can be really good for you if you're not like financially set. Like there's like I'll give you an example, like Planet Side 2. I thought that was really fun to play. There's other MMOs, like there's Neverwinter. Um, there's probably some other free to play games that you can play as well. You just
DC
kind of have to
Universe
look.
used to be the shit.
It used to be, yeah. But I feel like all my best experiences are from games that I've actually paid my hard-earned money for.
See, the thing I'll probably say I'll say paid games are better, but these free to play games are like they're amazing. Like Fortnite. Fortnite is free to play. Now there
Yes, I
are
got that on
purchases on
PC.
Fortnite,
Fortnite's way better on PC.
and
I
a lot of
think
people buy Fortnite stuff,
personally,
but
I
just
think
because it's
personally,
free,
free to play games
amazing.
are slightly better only because of this, right? Whenever you buy a game, that's just it, right? When you
Yeah.
play free to play games, they do more updates on it. They seem to take care of their game a lot
Yes.
more than,
That's
when
true.
you just buy a game once and the company just seems to update it once or twice. If they don't feel like a lot of people are playing their game, they're not going to put out as many updates for it. But for free to play, which normally are games that you do microtransactions on, you can choose whether to spend your money on a game or invest your money on a game versus investing your money on a game and feeling like you don't get anything for it.
Yeah, that's also
So
pretty true.
it's like, yes, it does depend on the game. It does depend on the person. But in my opinion, free to play games are slightly better because you feel like the person who puts the game out cares a lot more for their game, and they're trying to show you that, hey, if we can make this game, as good as it is, and you're willing to spend money on something that you don't even have to buy in the game and to
Yeah.
support us, then we'll
Yep.
make better games for you guys. That when you actually have to pay for the thing in whole, then you'll have a better game. You see what I'm
Like
saying?
Among Us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a perfect example of that is Warframe.
Oh yeah, Warframe is. I fuck with Warframe.
Yeah, that's like a perfect example of that.
Uh, I I don't know if this would be considered because like at first it was a paid game, but then it transverted into a free game, Destiny. So like Destiny 2, I paid for it, but it's free now. But you got to pay for the DLCs. But you
I was
even if
gonna
you don't pay
say,
for the DLCs, you can still play it. So I mean like that. I know like back then before like Destiny actually did it, a lot of games was like a lot of people was like, man, it's copy and paste. Like Call of Duty. Call of Duty is really copy and paste. Madden is somewhat copy and paste. 2K,
I
sports
feel like
games
all
in
sports
general is
games are
copy and
copy and
paste.
paste at
yeah,
this
sports
point. You're
games
just
are the
getting
same thing.
people who get traded to different teams. It's the same thing. They got basically almost the same stats at this point. You're just better graphics. That's the only thing you're paying for at this
Yeah,
point is better graphics.
because
Exactly.
I feel because like a person like me, I play 2K nonstop when I
Yeah,
get into it, and it's like once you get past like level 90, I mean not level. Once you get past overall 95, your overall goes up and down based on your performance and your winning. From like it goes up and down from 95 to 99 every 2K. So I feel like if 2K is going to do that, and like Luna said, it's just people getting traded. I feel like they should make it into like a battle pass. Like you have to pay for the like I feel like you should pay for the changes, the roster changes and stuff like that. And add on park after park instead of just giving like a shittier new park every year. I feel like a lot of games should follow like that like what Destiny's doing and just like make their game free after a while and then just like make people pay for like a battle pass for like the changes and stuff. What do
Or
y'all
like
think?
yeah, or kind of like Fortnite, because Fortnite changes their maps like they change it pretty often,
Every
but they
season
make you
almost. Some things change, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You just have to pay for like the skins and stuff like that. So that's actually a really good idea. I feel like, yeah, that's actually amazing. I never
They would
thought about
actually
something
make
like
more
that.
money because it's like people wouldn't like be like, yeah, I'm gonna skip this year. I'm gonna get the next year because it's the same game. But I feel like if there was to have like extensions or add-ons, like DC Universe, they do DLC. So like they'll add a DLC every other 2 months or 3 months. They'll add a DLC, and like you'll pay for the DLC to do it and the new content. But they'll also let you do like a test on it to like a certain level. So I feel like yeah, I kind of feel like free games like are actually better than the paid games just because of like their DLCs, their changes, their constant fixes and stuff like that. Because a lot
Mm-hmm.
of paid games is like you get this that you pay for and it's at like a 20, 30, 40% finish and you have to wait like a year or two just for like 100% game. And even after a year or two, it's still not 100% complete.
Now
Yeah,
I will say this. So subscription based games like Final Fantasy 14 though are on par with free to play games because they do care a lot about their consumers. Like Yoshi P dude, he is one of the best one of the best freaking guys around for Final Fantasy because he cares about his people. Like he breaks down crying on stream when he can't even get something out for its due date. And I
And those be
appreciate
the
that
best
because it shows me
creators.
how raw and real he is and understands that there is a lot of things that go on and he wants us to be able to play his games and have fun. And when we can't, it sucks. Especially for
Yeah.
people who've taken off work for like example, right? Walker dropped a couple months ago, about 1 or 2 months ago, right? And uh when Walker dropped out, it had to get pushed back. So it came out like in the middle of December towards almost Christmas or somewhere around that time. And uh it was a point to where he understood a lot of people had already taken off work for the drop and all that stuff like that. And then some people, when you take off work, you can't just be like, oh shoot, well, our date was changed, so you can't just go to work and be like, so can I get my day off changed, because a lot of
Yeah.
businesses don't function that way. You have to sometimes put stuff in about a month or 2 weeks in advance and hope that you'll get off. So
Sure.
he was upset that a lot of people couldn't stay off work to play Endwalker whenever it did drop.
Now, the time for the next topic, and this is like a big discussion. And matter of fact, I'm gonna put these two like together. Uh is Call of Duty dead? Is Battlefield franchise dead? And which franchise dropped the worse game? Did Call of Duty do worse with dropping Vanguard, or the Battlefield franchise drop a worse game with 2042? Now, the reason I put those two together and I name like those is mainly because Vanguard is a broken game and Battlefield is somewhat a broken game. I know Blade plays Battlefield right now. I think we have a couple of friends who play it also. But I feel like Call of Duty is kind of dead right now except for Warzone. I think Warzone is the only thing keeping Call of Duty alive right now. And the new Battlefield I've seen, I feel like is not as good as Battlefield 4. What do y'all think about
I personally have no dog in this fight.
that?
I haven't played COD games since Call of Duty Black Ops 3, I think.
Shoot.
Yeah, I haven't played in a long time.
Fast Blade, what y'all think about it? I think Blade's driving. I'm not sure where Fast at. Uh, now I think I'm alone in this one. So I downloaded Cold War 2 days ago after like not playing it for like 3 to 4 months. Or no, actually 5 to 6 months. So like I'm trying to find like a 12v12 match. It legit takes me like 7 to 10 minutes just to find a match where that never took me that long. And Vanguard, which is like a new game that just dropped, I'll start like a mode up that's supposed to be like 8v8 or 12v12, and we're like at 5v6 or 6v5 for like the longest before people join. And
Yeah.
Call of Duty never used to be like that. And if you was to like look up the gameplays, Vanguard is actually like has like one of the lowest Twitch streamers. Like it's hard to see on YouTube about like what game is really popular and stuff, but like on Twitch, you could really see the statistics. And Vanguard has like one of the lowest amount of streamers on it at like an hour average, which is terrible. Like even at nighttime where like all the streamers are up and stuff, terrible.
Y'all talking about COD versus Battlefield right now?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I feel like with Vanguard, they messed up like really bad with putting in the setting to World War II. That's I knew it was not gonna do good as soon as I saw that.
They big time fucked it. They fucked it with no
Yeah,
protection.
it's like Battlefield. Like the thing with Battlefield is if it doesn't do good at the start, I mean that like I hate that I'm saying this, but that usually happens. Like every Battlefield has had a pretty bad launch, so I feel like in the future they'll fix it and it'll be a better polished game. But with Call of Duty, there's not really much hope for that.
Yeah, Call of Duty went down like they was like after the Exos they found and a lot of people stopped playing because of the Exos. Like Lulu said, her last Call of Duty she played was like BO3. Advanced Warfare was bad. Infinity Warfare was bad. Like you're shooting lasers on the moon, like on Call of Duty.
But
You, I could get Star Wars for this. like,
exactly.
like, am I playing a off-brand Star Wars or am I playing Call of
It's the
Duty?
off-brand Star Wars for me.
Yeah, like
And
you're trying to play
they're
like
trying to copy like I feel like the direction they went in Modern Warfare, Cold War, and Vanguard combined. Well, not too much in Cold War. They didn't really have it in Cold War, but in Modern Warfare, the newest one and the Vanguard, they I feel like they try to copy Battlefield and Rainbow Six way too much. I feel like they were trying to copy those two franchises way too
mm,
much. And Cold War, they kind of laid back off of it. Modern Warfare was already good. I'm not saying it's bad because if I say it's bad, I'm gonna have so many dislikes and people are going to be at my head after the stream. But Modern Warfare is a good game. Cold War is a good game. But Vanguard, they was like, you know what? Let's take some more from Battlefield and more from Rambo and put it with some Cold War. I mean, put it with some Call of Duty. And when they did that, they fucked it big time. And that's why it's so ass. Like Battlefield, like you said, Battlefield, they'll have a rocky start, but like I feel like Battlefield is one of the few franchises that EA actually works on
yeah.
because the beta compared to like launch day was a big change. Like it wasn't too big, but it was a big change. And I feel like Battlefield isn't as worse as Vanguard and is actually playable
Yeah.
compared to like Vanguard because oh my god, on Vanguard, bro, the spawns are so fucked up. The gun, like
Oh
the
yeah,
most
I saw a
powerful
video on
gun,
the spawns on Vanguard. They're so bad.
the most powerful gun, like it'll say like the stats wise. If you look at the stats and you choose the most powerful gun, is actually weaker than one of the weakest guns on there, which makes no sense. The hit markers don't even register on there. Uh, I legit like loaded a full clip on somebody before, and they one shotted me with a pistol, and I was like, bruh. But like, if you play a Battlefield, it's actually more realistic. Like, if you shoot at somebody head on, and you miss because the bullet velocity. So like, it actually makes sense. Like, if I don't get this hit mark, okay, I gotta aim up or I gotta aim down. I'm not Cold War. On Call of Duty Vanguard, it's just like the other Vanguards. You aim at somebody, you shoot, that bullet's gonna hit them regardless. But on Battlefield, it's more realistic. So it's like if you aim at somebody and you shoot and you miss, then like it's not because of the hit marker. It's because you didn't aim correctly enough. So I feel like Battlefield definitely is winning over Vanguard.
For sure.
Um, what the ninth one is should Microsoft and Sony work together crossplay wise?
Yes. Oh my god. I'm
Yes,
so glad you
yes,
brought that up. Yes.
yes, they should. Um I feel like this would be a good thing because it unites gamers more together.
Yes,
instead
this
of
console
actually
war stuff is stupid, dude. It's so
exactly.
dude.
It
Oh
is.
my
It
god.
just divides more gamers, and I feel like if you meet a new friend in real life and you say, "Hey, I own an Xbox, let's play Call of Duty," but they have a PlayStation and they can't crossplay, then it's like, damn, man. So you can't really spend time with them. But if they work together to crossplay everything, it's like, hell yeah, they could play together.
Like Discord, I feel like Discord is the best way of playing together. And I feel like Sony is kind of like they're lacking because they've been supposed to put Discord on Sony for PlayStation. And they haven't did it yet. And Lulu knows what I'm about to talk about because she witnessed this with me. And I know you and Fast probably seen this before, but we was on like we played this game Black Desert, and they didn't do a patch for like a week, and the reason they didn't do a patch was because Sony didn't okay it. I feel like one of the most common things, except for like Fortnite, because Fortnite has like their own stuff they stream their games off of. They just do it on multiple platforms, but off Epic Games. But a lot of other companies don't do that. They do like strictly through PlayStation or strictly through Xbox, and their servers go down differently compared to like Fortnite. Fortnite servers go down same time no matter what console you're on. I feel like sometimes Sony might see Xbox with a game and they're like, okay, we're not gonna okay this update because y'all working with Xbox, or Xbox might be like, we're
No,
not
they
gonna okay
absolutely do
this.
do that. I've actually heard from somebody who plays on both PC and console. They said that Sony tried to make a deal with PA to take it off of Xbox completely and only have it on PlayStation.
Yes, I feel
Damn.
like that's the most common thing with games. Like they're like the console wars. They're way too into like console wars that they're worried about having the most gamers on their platform than actually helping the developers better their game.
Yeah, like I think we're at a time now where like the gaming companies, they need to focus more on the quality of their games versus getting the most people on there. Because there's a way to be able to get like a healthy like competition going, right? Because competition fuels an economy. So I feel like the best way to do that is focus more on like what games you're producing on. Because I think we can all agree that a lot of games are going through like a creative block right now. Like they're just not what they're used to, or they're not what they used to be.
Yes.
They're not what they once were. So yeah, that's what I kind of think about that.
Shoot. Well, shoot. Looks like we all agree on that. So this is the question that every gamer asks themselves once they're past 18. And we're all in our 20s. But this is the question, especially especially like off game. A lot of people say this, even on the games, because you have a little kid say this shit out of nowhere. Oh, you're 18, you're 20, you're da da da. You're too old to be on this. So the main question every gamer has to face once they're past 18: are we too old for gaming?
No,
Man, you never get too old for video games. Never. Like there are
exactly.
literally people who are streamers who are in their 70s plus. You never
Hey,
get too old for video games.
facts.
Video
You,
games are people's pastimes. It's how they get through life. It's how they get through hard situations. How they get through the day. When people start putting an age limit on something that you consider something that keeps you sane, you have to look at them and really worry, why are they really doing it in the first place? Are they doing it for
Yes,
fun? Are they
yeah,
doing it just to prove something? Like, video gaming is something that I use as a coping mechanism. And I know a lot of people who, have mental disorders or, who's depressed and things like that, you know, they use video games, they use music, they use acting, all of that to to cope with the things that they deal with in life. And I feel like instead of saying, why does a person do this in a rude manner, it's okay to sit down and actually have a conversation and say, what made you want to continue doing this, past the age of being a child,
yes,
not, and video games
yeah,
aren't for children all the time. Nothing is strictly for children in life. Okay. Children have their own set time. And then once you get past a certain point, you're an adult for the rest of your life. So you're an adult way longer than you're a kid.
facts.
So,
It's
you
Exactly.
know, I don't really think it's made for children in the first place, but because there are a lot of people in a certain age category that they make things for those people. But like I said,
Exactly.
majority of your lifespan, you're an adult, so they make stuff more catered for us to do.
And another thing is there's actually this old lady, like y'all let me talk about this. There's this old lady that plays Skyrim. She's like 60 years old or something like that. You can literally look
Yep.
this up.
And they named a character after her on
Yeah.
the new was it
they
The
did.
the new
anniversary
Skyrim.
edition. Yeah, yeah,
What's
yeah,
this?
yeah.
What's this old lady's channel? Like, does she have YouTube or Twitch or what does she stream on?
Let me see. She's on I know she has a Twitter. Let me
Uh,
see.
I'm not
Hold
sure
on.
if she's on Twitch or YouTube or anything like that, but I know she does stream, and you know a lot of people come and watch her play Skyrim, and she got so much attention that Bethesda actually decided to make her actual character on their next upcoming game.
So her name is Shirley Curry.
Mm-hmm.
Shirley.
uh,
Yeah, you can look her up. Just look up old lady plays Skyrim. You'll find her.
okay, but I'm gonna
Okay.
check that out after the podcast. I'm gonna have to look at. Like, does she play it on PC or a console?
She plays on PC.
Oh, the gaming grandma.
Yeah, she met Todd Howard.
Yo, that is love right there. I feel like when the gaming company reaches out to like their players who actually like support them heavily, I feel like that's amazing because not only does it help that streamer or that gamer or that content creator, but it also helps that company because they build a relationship. So now it's like
Exactly.
people who see that they're like, okay, they actually care about what people have to say, and it's amazing. Like I don't want to get off topic, but a lot of companies, I feel like if they were to reach out to like their audience a lot more and like show support to their audience, just like their audience shows support to them, a lot more people would be playing games a lot longer. Because I honestly feel like you can never be too old to play video games. Like I see like me and my dad will still play 2K together. Me
Oh,
and some
that's
of my
nice.
uncles we'll
Nice.
still play like Marvel vs. Capcom together.
Oh, one of
Yeah.
my
I am one of
favorites. I
those
do love
guys who
that
used the
game.
cable
Yeah.
three. You feel me? Like the cable trio, I ain't been to the cable trio. I come out with all guns blazing, instant death. But I feel like the gamer doesn't get too old for the game. It's just that some games are getting too old for the gamer, and most of the times it's like what we talked about earlier. A lot of games don't have that content, and they're not really finished yet. So
Yeah.
why would somebody play the same thing over and over and over again when they can move on to like a different game that's constantly dropping content that's 100% finished and that that's going to keep pushing P to them. You feel me? I had to use that. I've been trying not to say it,
This,
but I had to say pushing
this,
P.
another thing is what was I gonna say? Never mind. I forgot. But yeah, I mean, I don't feel like anybody's really too old. Um, yeah, I mean, games. I mean, they're for everybody, and it's just like you said, Josiah. The if the companies were to reach out to their fans and really like listen to them, they could cater better to each and every type of fan base, whether they're new or older. And so I feel like a lot of companies are out of touch with what their audience wants. And I feel like
Yeah,
this is also a big reason why I don't think Call of Duty is dead, but I think it's dying. I think
yeah.
it's starting to get on that track. So yeah,
Because it's like I feel like they don't really put like a mixture of it. Like they'll only go with one side of their audience. Like and there's always three sides of an audience for video games. There's the big streamer artists, big streamer audience, which they only listen to the audience of the streamers who are actually big. The majority, sometimes the majority could actually give bad advice,
yeah,
or they'll listen to the favorable audience, and the favorable audience is people who will be like, "Oh yeah, you can fuck up the whole entire game. We still love it, and we'll put money
uh,
into it." Like if they're getting money from us, like the favorable audience, because the favorable audience is going to stick with the game no matter what. They're going to constantly put money into a game. So that's what you call a favorable audience because that's who supports the game the most by money wise. And a lot of companies are money greedy. Streamers, they bring
Yeah.
attention to the game, so that streamer audience, they want to make the streamer happy. They're not worrying about nobody else except for the streamer. And the ones who listen to the majority, I feel like those, if they listen to like the majority most of the time, it could be bad and it could be good. But if they kind of critique a lot of the majority, they'll actually have a better game.
I feel like a good example of like a company that does well of catering to both audiences is Capcom.
Yes.
So if Devil May Cry, that's more of like an older game series, like back on the PlayStation 2 era. When they released Devil May Cry 5, they brought back like older characters from like the
Wait, Devil
past
May 5 is
generation.
by Capcom?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I never
you
knew
didn't
yeah,
that.
know
yeah,
I didn't know.
dude.
that? And Capcom is
That's
the same
crazy.
people who've done Resident Evil.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
another
god.
game I was gonna bring up. So, they cater it to where they're both like every audience is appeal. Like whether you're an older fan or you want to get into the series, like you're brand new. And Resident Evil, I feel like does that just the same way. It's starting to do that again. It's starting to cater to like people who want that survival horror experience from back in the PlayStation 1 days. But also, if you're a new person who's never played Resident Evil before, this is something you can get into, and you don't really have to know much about the previous Resident Evils to know what's going on or how a Resident Evil game should be.
Yeah. Because they do have some like companies like they're like they'll cater to, only to like older players, which is bad for the new players because it's hard for the new players to get into it, and then vice versa. Some people will only be cared like only care about the new players, to where now like the older players who've been on the game and been supporting, it's so easy for like new players to like catch up to where it's like, bruh, why did I grind so hard if these new players are going to get it easy?
Oh my
I,
god, I feel like you're
Yeah.
referring to BDO in a nutshell.
I am because it's like
It's-
because like on like DC Universe, I don't know why I always convert to like DC Universe and Elder Scrolls. If I was to play DC Universe today, they're like they do cater to new players, but it comes with a cost, and they let you know like, hey, you could skip your combat rating to these older players, but you're still gonna have to grind for the PvP side. But if you want to like do story wise, you could see R skip. Like you could combat rating skip to like a reasonable combat rating to where like you could like start building yourself up to play with like people who is already on there. But even though you do it like that's only the PvE side. But PvP you still have to grind from the bottom up.
wow,
But
that's
even with
that's
even with like the
trash.
but it helps because it's like when for PVE rise, if even if you see R skip, you still have to grind for like your attributes and stuff, which is pretty good in my opinion because you get that boost, but you also have to like put in the time and effort like the older players had, but you do get a
Yeah,
boost. Whereas like Elder Scrolls, they do have like some boost and stuff that like they'll help you get up there, but you'll still have to put that time and effort in. PVE and PvP rise. But like games that are like you have the same gear no matter if it's PvE or PvP. If you give them like a high ass boost and they don't have to grind at all compared to like the other two games I named, then it's just like it'll tell the older player like what did I grind for if they just got handed that to them.
yeah.
So I feel
I
like
think I
they
think
definitely have to
Destiny
combine.
I think Destiny does the whole skipping level stuff. I don't know if you get like good gear out of it, but I know they do something like that.
Yeah, they do the skip, but like even with the skip, like you'll still have to grind for like the exotics and stuff like that. Which I agree is like because like if you haven't played before, they'll get you to like a reasonable level to where like you're able to play with like older players PvE wise, but for PvP you'll still have to grind. Like I feel like if games have it to where like you have to grind PvP, but PVE wise, you're able to play with others. I feel like it would be better because, like me, I'm a big PvP head. But for those who are only playing the game as like casual players or just for like stories and PvE wise, I feel like giving them a boost is actually helpful because now they're able to play with like their friends or even other people that they meet without having to grind from point zero to point Z.
Yeah.
I would like to say this though, just because you're a PVE player doesn't mean that you're a casual player either. And I know like a lot of people are saying, "Oh, you have to continuously fight other people to be considered hardcore in games and stuff like that." But to be honest, I think a casual player is a person who doesn't really play games like that, but they'll
Yeah,
get on the game, every so often to, enjoy and have fun and be on it. Like, it's just say if a person with a busy schedule, can't really get on a game like that. I feel like they're more so would be more like a casual ish player. But I think people who just, even if they don't partake in PvP type things, I don't feel like they're casual players per se.
yeah. Well, I mean, a
For
casual
sure.
player like will do both, but like for them, it's just like they'll come on just to have fun. I feel like the boost kind of helps like casual players, and yeah, casual and new players they'll help. But that's all the time we have for today. I actually feel like it was a great podcast. The
Yeah.
next podcast, I think I'm actually gonna be talking about anime. So if y'all want to join in that next podcast, is not the next Monday, but the Monday after next, we're gonna be talking about anime. But
Mm? Ooh,
I want to say a
that's
big thanks to my boy Blade for dropping by. Big thanks to
no
my girl
problem.
Luna for dropping by,
No
and
problem.
big thanks to my boy Fast for dropping by.
No problem, bro.
Um, so like I said in the last podcast, a lot of people who are tuning in late are watching it without commenting or liking. We will be trying to put this on Spotify, Apple Music, and all of the above. That's going to take time, but I want to thank everybody for their support for stopping by, and we're out.
Peace.
All right, bye guys.